94.9 The Rock, GTA's Rock Station. Bob on the phone with WWE superstar Bayley, coming to town this weekend, playing the Tribute Community Center, Saturday, February 9th. It's the Road to Wrestlemania, and Bayley is on it. How are you today, Bayley?
I'm doing good. I'm on the West Coast, so I got to say I'm just kind of waking up, but you know what? I'm great.
I appreciate you getting up early.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, so a Saturday night in Oshawa, house show as they call them in the industry. You are a former, you're the former Raw Women's Champ. You're the former NXT Women's Champ. I think
future WWE Women's Tag Team Champion.
I was going to talk about that. So my understanding is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship hasn't been around since like the year you were born.
Right.
And you're going to probably win it. You're going to possibly win it. It's people are predicting that you're going to win it. When you were growing up in Northern California, where you are right now, did you know you were going to reach these heights? Were you that kind of driven person? Did you say this is exactly what's going to happen? Because I know you need that kind of positive thinking, but it's still got to be a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I don't know. When I was a kid, in my mind, I thought, you think like, I can't get on TV. That's impossible. How am I supposed to get there when I'm all the way over here? But like, I don't know. There was something in my heart that the way that WWE made me feel and wrestling made me feel, I just knew I would get there, and it was just weird. And I didn't think that I'd be involved in this amazing period of women's wrestling, and that we'd be doing all these things, and I'd be wrestling for, tag team titles with my best friend. But I knew it was special, so it's really, really a wild ride.
It really is a renaissance in the women's division. I'm of an age where, like, I grew up at the beginning of the rock and wrestling thing. I was at Maple Leaf Gardens here in Toronto back in the day, seeing Andre the Giant and Big John Studd and Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. And the women were Leilani Kai, the Fabulous Moolah. But it was they didn't have. They were there, and they got the pops. They got the attention, but nothing like what you women are doing today. What do you think? Do you think there's something specific that helped make this happen? Is there what's the secret sauce of what you women are doing?
I think there's just somebody for everybody. The women's roster right now is so filled and stacked with so many unique women, and we all have something to offer. So no matter what kind of music you listen to or what your style is, like, there's just someone for everybody, which I think is awesome. And the kids, for some reason, are just really drawn to us. And we get a lot of little girls who like to dress up like every single one of us. And I don't know, if the kids love it, the parents love watching them be happy. So it kind of just makes them it's a whole family thing. And I think they could just feel our passion, and they know how bad we want to be in that main spot as much as the men.
And well, let's talk about that, the variance of characters. Your character Bayley is straight ahead babyface, which is kind of rare nowadays, or for the last 20 years. There's always a little bit there's a little bit of a bad guy, there's a little heel in everybody. You've got no heel in you at all. Doesn't need to be, it's been working for me. Yeah, no, absolutely. I guess I don't really have a question. I wanted to say that I find it remarkable. I think it's wonderful that there can be a character that can be all about positivity and not get booed.
Yeah, I know. Well, sometimes here and there, but it's okay.
That's okay. You can take it, right?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So let's talk about what's coming up. We do have, is it an Elimination Chamber? Is that and that's a tag team? Tell me about that. And you've already predicted that you're winning that. And so if you win we're talking Road to Wrestlemania happening this Saturday at the TCC. So, and then Wrestlemania. You've already had. It was at 2015. You had what people called the match of the year against Sasha Banks. How are you going to top that? Like, you topped that. You had that 4 years ago. What motivates you? What motivates you to keep going?
To beat that, because as much as I love that match, and it was just one of the greatest nights of my whole life, not just my career, but everybody always comes up to me, both of us, and says how much that match meant to them, or that match made them love wrestling again, whatever it is. And
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. But I want to top that. I want there to be a different match for someone to say that about. So I try to do that every big match that we get.
Sure.
And this is just a perfect opportunity. It's an elimination chamber match. There's 6 teams, 3 Raw teams, 3 teams from SmackDown. And basically everybody's locked in these pods, or there's 4 teams locked in the pods, and they start with 2 matches. And every 5 minutes, the pod opens. So it's elimination style. Once you get pinned, your team is out. And the last team standing will be the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
That sounds very difficult, but amazing.
Yeah, we had the first women's elimination chamber last year, and I started it off, so I have a little bit of experience with it.
Well, that's good.
And it's going to be very interesting and fun.
Okay, what happens on Saturday in Oshawa? What happens at a house show? What happens at the Road to WrestleMania?
Well, Saturday, I mean, house shows are I really love house shows. They're intimate. There's no cameras around. We have a little more freedom to interact with the crowd a bit. So I think they're, I don't know, I think they're very special. I'm in a tag match. Unfortunately, my partner won't be there because we were jumped on Monday.
Oh, right.
By Nikki and Alicia Fox. So we're actually going to be wrestling. I'll be teaming with Dana Brooke. And I believe we're wrestling Fox and Mickey James, maybe.
Doesn't matter who. They're there to see Bayley. It doesn't matter who.
Yeah. Just come hang out with me. Come see me.
All right.
It's a great time. It really is.
Bayley, WWE superstar, 2-time former women's champ, won Raw, won NXT, and future tag team women's champ. Thank you so much for talking to us here at 94.9 The Rock.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
And like I said to you off the air before we started, you're going to love the weather when you come here from California.
I was in Saskatoon last weekend, so I don't think it's as cold as I was there.
Okay, fair enough. That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Well, travel safe, and we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday night.